a leader who has led by example. His vision, his passion in building the right environment continues to inspire many. May I invite ANANT again to please come on stage this time to share a few words with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amit. Wow. Good evening. Good evening, friends. I have to say, I'm blessed to be standing here for the 11th year in succession. We started this whole forum 11 years ago, and it's wonderful to see how it's gone from place to place. And it really happens to be the best working day in the year for me. It's very special because I get an opportunity to be in front of my entire leadership team out here and essentially recognize the best examples of the kind of values and behaviors that we at Cummins cherish. So this is really what this evening is all about, is to cherish these wonderful examples and also celebrate in the process. Now, last year was a tough year for us, okay? I think all of these folks, and including yourselves, would agree. But I need to remind all of us that some wonderful things happened last year. So for example, last year we had record revenue generation of 10,260 crore rupees and record profits of 1,820 crore rupees. Never been done in our 53-year-old history. So while it may not have met our lofty expectations, it was a record set of numbers. And I'm really delighted and proud to observe the kind of enhanced customer focus that all of you have demonstrated, because of which we gained in terms of market share performance in our power generation business, in our marine business, in our construction business, in our rail business, in our compressor business, our share with Tata Motors, our share on turbos, our share on filtration systems, and our share on Valvoline. Now just think about that. I mean, which company has the ability to focus more on customers and make tangible differences in market share? We should all be very proud of that. And remember that this happened, the record revenues and profits and the gain in market share happened during very difficult external conditions, when most countries of this world were going through a downturn and India's economic revival was just beginning. So I feel really good about that. Aside from that, if you look at our publicly listed entity, CIL, Cummins India Limited, which is one of the other entities that we have, the whole Bombay Stock Exchange collectively lost value by 12% last year. But CIL stock actually improved by 4%. If you look at it from a slightly longer term time horizon of 5 years, the stock exchange has gained in value by 32% over the last 5 years, whereas CIL has improved by 90%. Now, aside from these things, last year we concluded 1,720 Six Sigma projects across the board. Customer focused, supplier focused, community focused, bottom line focused, etc. And today, at Cummins Group in India, we have over 1,000 certified belts, not just belts, certified belts. Just think of the power of that group and what it can do for us. When you look at what's happened in terms of our employee satisfaction results, last year, our employee attrition, when people leave us voluntarily, that dipped down to 8.6%, which is well below industry averages. And when you look at the attrition of the people that perform in a stellar manner, that was down to 4%. So it tells you that on a very broad spectrum of areas, this company has outperformed. So while it may not have achieved zero defect, which is what we cherish, we have done amazing things. And it's my strong experience-based belief that great performance that can be sustained is only possible when you have the right environment that fosters great performance. Fear-based great performance cannot sustain. It is there for short periods of time, but it cannot be sustainable. But care and love-based great performance comes out of these kind of great environments that Amit just talked about. So me and my leadership team are firmly committed to creating an environment where all of our employees are physically safe, but more importantly, psychologically safe. An environment that is integrity-based, that is respectful, that is inclusive of all kinds of human beings, and one that cherishes high performance because of the search for excellence, not because of monetary reasons and other reasons. And we want to create an environment that breaks down organizational hierarchies, where people feel comfortable working with each other regardless of level of the organization. So respect goes towards all levels of people, not just the senior most people. And we want to make sure that while there are functions and business units, we break those walls down and operate as one Cummins. And by doing this, we engage fully the diverse talents of every employee of ours to create this delight for all our stakeholders, including employees, including customers, including suppliers, including the communities in which we live and work. Now, how does one create a great environment? And again, my strong belief is that it's only great leaders that can create great environments. True leaders. Now, what do we mean by true leaders at Cummins? Well, we do have a definition. It is those human beings that role model as well as champion our 6 core values of integrity, of innovation, of diversity, of delivering superior results, of global involvement, and of corporate responsibility. Leadership is also about role modeling and championing the 5 personality traits of Cummins, which is to be decisive, driven to win, agile, passionate, and caring. It's also about role modeling and championing 5 leadership skills of coaching, both for positive and negative behaviors, and showing improvement steps. It's about fostering open communications, creating safety. It's about managing diverse talent. It's about strategic thinking and setting the aim. And it's about managing talent. But beyond this, it's also about people who are self-aware. They can see themselves in a mirror that is very, very clear, not murky. They know their personality, they know their strengths, and they know their weaknesses. And they accept both. They don't wear a mask. And besides that, they are willing to be vulnerable. They are open about their strengths and weaknesses, but like champions and athletes in the gymnasium, they're constantly working those muscles of theirs, their psychological and emotional muscles, converting their weaknesses into better strengths. And while it's probably impossible for a human being to be absolutely stellar across all these skills that I talked about, we certainly expect that you can be competent even in your areas of weakness. So now these people are also ones that have high levels of emotional intelligence, which means that they are in tune of the emotions and feelings of their colleagues. They are not full of themselves. And they take the effort to get to know their colleagues beyond work on a personal basis. And they know their colleagues' strengths and weaknesses and how the two can play well together to create magic together. So these are people who are able to create, therefore, trust-based relationships, strong trust-based relationships. And when there is trust between human beings, then you can have wonderful debates, constructive conflict. So great leaders are wonderful at constructive conflict. They put issues on the table. They don't hide things under the carpet. And they debate vigorously with data, analysis tools, and come out with innovations together, which is what creates wonderful results at the end of the day. Now, after the debates, though, they do align. So they have a strong degree of alignment. They row together. They align together, not as individuals, but as a team. Across our businesses, across our functions, across geographies. And finally, I would say great leaders take amazing sense of ownership over the entire company's results, not just own siloed results, not their functional results, but over the company's results. So whenever they see an obstacle that comes in the way, it may sit outside their function, it may sit outside their business unit. They will identify the obstacle and take the ownership to solve the obstacle, or at a minimum, to get help to solve the obstacle. So this is our definition of leadership. And today I'm proud that we are going to be cherishing some of the best examples of what I just talked about. Now, the Prophet Muhammad, he said, Haliddin o illal hub, which is that there is no religion but love. There is no religion but love. Now, Cummins respects all religions, but our philosophy is only based upon love, care, respect, inclusiveness, recognition. And that's what this evening is all about. And therefore, I am always delighted with this forum. So I'd like to end by, on behalf of my leadership team, expressing my pride and gratitude to all of these winners today who have done extraordinary things last year that we do absolutely appreciate, sincerely. I would also like to thank their partners outside of work, whether they be their spouses, children, parents, friends. Because without your support and sacrifice, it would have been impossible for these players to have accomplished these kinds of feats. That's very, very clear to me. I would also like to sincerely thank the group of retirees that are sitting here today, who retired in the last year after having spent their entire career with Cummins. Their entire career with Cummins. I've been with this company for 29 years, but I haven't finished my career yet. These people did. That's amazing. And I hope in that whole process, they learned like me. I hope they grew like me. I hope they transformed like me. And I hope through that process, they improved their lives and the lives of many, many people that touched them outside of work. So thank you for your contributions to Cummins. And finally, I would like to thank the volunteers who have worked tirelessly out here, outside of their day jobs, to cherish their colleagues. I have seen bits and pieces of it, and it's been amazing, amazing effort, amazing diligence. I hope you'll enjoy the fruits of what they've done. So with that, my friends, relax, enjoy, recognize